Hey guys, this is Frozen Wish Studios here, and welcome back to another video. And today, I'm gonna be doing something that I haven't done on my channel in such a damn long time. My my ranking list, basically. Yep. So, and this is like gonna be like a something that I'm doing for the very first time on my channel. Reflecting on the best movies of summer 2025. Now, for like the past few summer years, I did not get to do a best of the summer. It's just now that I thought about doing it. But I've constantly done a best movies and worst movies of the summer on my Instagram. So yeah. Now, the reason why I decided to do this is because I don't have any content planned. Like I am out of ideas as of now. And since the summer movie season has come to an end, well, even though in my area, it's my school started back in August last month. I thought it would be a fitting time for me to just talk about the summer movies and reflect on it because 2025 is one of my absolute favorite years for the summer. I think this year was absolutely fantastic, no pun intended, for a certain movie on the list. Yeah, now it could be my favorite summer year for the summer in general, but I have to like look back at the other summer years too. But of the decade, I even this is 2023, but I honestly would give a slight edge to this movie right here. So yeah, now there's like 10 movies that I think are worthy of being talked about, but for this video, I am only going to be doing a top five to not make this video overextended and all that stuff. If you want to see my full top 10 list and also my top five worst movies of the summer, which I have no plans to do, then take a look at my Instagram list. So yeah, so without further ado, if you want to know my best movies of the summer list, then yeah, let's get right into it. First, I want to give one honorable mention. There are a lot more movies that I could give an honorable mention to, but the one movie that I am going to give an honorable mention to is Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. The reason why I'm giving this a special honorable mention is because I think this movie is amazing enough to have it be recognized, but it just didn't quite miss the list. It barely missed the list to me. Because I think these five movies are better, and that just goes to show how much of a high bar summer 2025 was for movies. So yeah, let's get on for real this time. Coming in number five is Ballerina, the John Wick spin-off that turned out to be, to me, the best John Wick movie ever. It's kind of a shame that people say that this is the weakest John Wick movie just because it has a female lead, just because it has a female lead. Yeah. Don't tell me a male led John Wick spin-off would be superior to this. Just because it has a female lead, that does not mean it's the worst. I mean, sure, yeah, I get that no one can top John Wick like based on people, but to me, Ballerina just did. Now, this is a movie that I have been waiting for ever since 2021. Back when it was announced at that time, a female-led, not only a female-led John Wick spin-off, well, which is not something I did not expect, honestly, but an Ana de Armas-led action movie. Yeah, No Time to Die. Ana de Armas was probably the number one reason I adore No Time to Die. She really shined as Paloma, and so to have an action movie carried on her shoulders, yeah, it's just awesome. And this movie is freaking awesome. I'd say this is one of the most underrated movies of the year. So far, it did not deserve the bomb. Oh, and also I actually consider this as my most underrated movie of the summer. Yeah, I mean, Iron de Armas was perfect. I honestly, thinking about it, guys, I think this is tied with Marta Cabrera from Knives Out as Iron de Armas' second best performance. Of course, Paloma will always be Iron de Armas' best performance. I mean, can we get a Paloma spin-off sometime in the future? Yeah, what really surprised me the most about Ballerina is how much action it is. Like I was expecting this to be kind of like Furiosa, where like there's less action in all the John Wick movies, and it focuses more on their origin story. But no, it is full of action from start to finish, and you think that the action takes away takes away from the story and all that stuff, but no, it does not do that. This movie is proof that action can contribute to storytelling. Like there is a story behind the action. People say action is just a distraction from the story. No, it is not, and this movie proves it right here. If you haven't seen Ballerina yet, please give it a chance. You will not regret it. I get why some people would say John Wick is better, but the main John Wick movies. But yeah, just stop being sexist against this movie. And speaking of female-led movies, girl power movies, the next one is another girl power movie. Coming number four is K-pop Demon Hunters, the best animated movie of the year so far, and honestly, there's no competition. Now, based on the fact that I wouldn't shut up about this movie, I think you guys are kind of surprised that this is not higher up on the list. But it's just well, this could have been this. I actually could have switched this with number three, but it's just that lately I've been thinking of the movie that I put at number three more than this one right here. But regardless, guys, K-pop Demon Hunters is such a masterpiece. Why the fuck do people call this overrated? Like people say, oh, it's so overhyped. It's way too popular. They keep singing all the songs and they keep talking about this movie. Guys, can we please stop hating on movies that are popular just because they're popular? That is not a valid reason to hate on something. This movie is getting the Frozen treatment for all the good and bad reasons. Dare I say, this movie is better than Frozen 1. Like, this movie is honestly the better Frozen 1, just in the case of overplayed songs and just a movie that people are obsessed with. I think this movie deserves all the obsessions and more. I honestly did. I feel like I did not give this movie enough credit in my initial review. I initially would have put this at number five or maybe even number six, but I'm glad I came to the realization that this is the true best movie of June 2025. But yeah, what else is there to say that hasn't been said yet? Like the animation is gorgeous. Like but although and I like how the animation is its own thing. Everyone says it's Spider Verse. It's like Spider Verse, but I think the animation does its own thing. Love the characters. Especially my girl Zoe. Love Rumi too. Mira. I don't love as much as Rumi and Zoe, but the more I rewatch K-pop Demon Hunters, the more I love Mira more. She would be my second or third favorite character in the film. Yeah, and the story, sure, it has the liar reveal story that from an animated film. Like you've heard that a lot of times before, but it's all about the execution, and K-pop Demon Hunters executes that very well. Yeah, and the songs are definitely the best part about the movie. This is basically the greatest showman of animated films. Like based on the fact that the soundtrack is better than the actual movie, but the actual movie is still a masterpiece. Like by the way, my ranking of the songs is actually kind of inaccurate. Now I would consider what it sounds like to be the best K-pop Demon Hunters song yet. I mean, Golden may be the Into the Unknown of K-pop Demon Hunters, but what it sounds like to me is the next right thing of K-pop Demon Hunters. But yeah, I love all the songs. Now the only song I don't love is Your Idol. I think it's a good song, but the yeah, it's just a little overrated. Like people say Your Idol is the best song in the film. I strongly disagree with that. But anyways, yeah, I I will say that I'm gonna give away a slight spoiler. This is the best non superhero movie of summer 2025 because the top three, yeah you know where this is going. Coming in number three is Superman. James Gunn's Superman. Yeah, I actually think about this movie more than K-pop Demon Hunters. Now, yeah, I know I don't talk about this movie a lot online, but just in my personal life, I actually think about this movie. And in my college, I actually talk about this movie to my classmates because this is actually the most popular movie in my school right now, in my college, in my class. Like, a lot of my classmates actually consider this as their favorite film of all time, which is insane. But yeah, I also heard like someone like yeah, trying to like trying to like reenact the famous Superman monologue, which is gonna become iconic in the future. But yeah, I love Superman. This honestly gets better and better the more I think about it. This is now my second favorite. This is now my second favorite DC movie of all time, behind the Dark Knight. Yes, I would now put this above the Dark Knight Rises. And yeah, I don't care what the Snyder fans say. Sure, I like Snyder a lot, but James Gunn Superman, this is my Superman right here. David Cornsweet has like this great. David Cornsweet Superman has this like really good like balance of just being like lighthearted and funny, but also not being so wacky, goofy, and campy at the same time. And I like that. Um, I really admire Dark Superman with Henry Cavill, but David Collins said to me, this is Superman, a Superman who's more human, who makes mistakes, and of course, he made like that golden speech. David Corenswet gives the best male led performance of the year, and Lois Lane, Rachel Brosnahan, I love you. You're like my Lois Lane for damn sure. And what else is there to say? The action scenes are incredible. I'm surprised by how much action there is. Like yeah, that third act, yeah, it really goes hard. And there's like so much truly great scenes in there, from like the raising of the flag to Superman catching a building to like of course the speech I just mentioned, and 1A 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 1A, I don't care what the trolls say. And by the way, all the haters of this movie, yeah, they're just a bunch of butts and trolls. I think this movie is well received. It is objectively good. And if you hate this movie, okay, it depends on like how the way you hate it. If you actually give us constructive criticisms, fine. But if you only hate it just because just to restore the DCU and all that shit, then fuck off. Coming in number two to me is the Fantastic Four First Steps. Now I know I'm probably biased towards Marvel. Because I know I get if you think Superman is the better July superhero movie than this, but to me, Fantastic Four First Steps is better. How the fuck does nobody talk about this movie? I mean, it was praised at the time, but then people are saying stuff like, "Oh, it's too safe. It's so uneventful. It's forgettable." Like all that stuff. Like, shut up, people. Shut up. Like, come on. Like, this to me is the only Fantastic Four movie that exists. I mean, screw the 2000s Fantastic Four film from Tim Story. I rewatched those movies after watching this one, and yeah, this movie's so good that it made me shit on the Tim Story ones. And I actually now think they're terrible movies. And the less I say about fan first thing, the better. And yeah, this is the dream Fantastic Four team. Pedro Pascal. By the way, fuck the Pedro Pascal haters, people. Stop bullying Pedro Pascal. He does not deserve it. Joseph Green, one of my favorite actors of all time. Perfect Human Torch. Even Ross Backrack. Despite being the weakest of the cast, he's still like my thing. Like, you know what I mean. And of course, Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, the GOAT of Fantastic Four. And easily Vanessa Kirby's best performance ever. No competition about that. This movie is the most unique MCU film ever. I think it's the most visually stunning MCU movie ever. The visual effects are absolutely done to perfection. I just love it. And Galactus is peak best villain of the year. Although I already know Varang from Avatar fan is going to be the best villain of the year when I see that movie. And just what a movie! It's freaking awesome. And this movie also perfectly sets up Doomsday. Yeah, we see Doctor Doom in the post credit scene. Hell, freaking yes for that. And yeah. So yeah, if you think that this is the best MC movie of the year, I get it, but yeah, I think there's an odd one out for like if you know me so well, you probably know what the number one is gonna be. And my number one favorite movie of summer 2025 is Thunderbolt. Yes, guys, the first movie of summer 2025 turned out to be the best of them all. I mean, what the hell is there anything that hasn't been said yet? I think I've seen this movie like 4 or 5 times now. I think 5 times, 3 times in theaters, twice on digital. I just rewatched this movie on digital and VOD, and it still freaking holds up to this day. I absolutely love this movie, and I'm glad that people are liking this movie more now. I thought that people just decided to stop talking about this movie and all that stuff because it bombed at the box office, but then like when people actually watch this on Disney Plus for the first time, they're like, why not see it in theaters? So this movie is actually awesome. And indeed, it is freaking awesome. It's not only awesome, but it's so personal. Like that's actually what makes Thunderbolt stand out from other MCU movies, let alone other superhero movies in general. It's not a save the world and big epic scale action scenes. It is a small scale film, but it's very deep and personal. It focuses on storytelling more than uh character. I mean, storytelling and characters more than like big spectacle action. This movie is about these group of heroes not trying to team up to save the world, but rather team up to right their wrongs. And the reason why this is a team up movie is to like enhance the message that you are not alone, and if you have like problems in your life, you can have other people around you dealing with it. That is such a great message. I know people. I heard some people say that, oh, this you only like this movie because of the third act. Well, not just me, but others. Like yeah, sure. That third act is peak MCU. I mean, that third act is unlike any other. And that scene with Yelena like hugging Bob and all the other Thunderbolts as well, hugging Bob and saving him. It'll never. It always makes me cry every time. But the first two acts are also very meaningful. You actually care about these characters, and keep in mind these are B tier characters, which is probably the reason why it bombed. But this movie actually makes you care about all of them. And yeah, Yelena especially is the best character in the film. She is tied with Kate Bishop and possibly Stacey's character Brandy Day as the best MCU character ever. And yeah, she is the better Black Widow. I've heard a lot of people say that Yelena is the better Black Widow. Honestly, not from a personal bias, but also from an objective standpoint as well. Sure, yes, Natasha's Black Widow is more iconic and people will remember her more. But not only does Florence Pugh act as the new Black Widow better than Natasha Romanoff, which Florence Pugh gives the best performance of the year and arguably the best acting performance of the whole MCU to me. But also, she has more character development than her sister, which is why I think she is objectively a better character. And Bob Slash Sentry is my favorite male MCU character ever. Oh, by the way, am I the only one who ships Yelena and Bob? I feel like Yelena clearly has a crush on Bob. It's so obvious. Oh, and also this movie has such symbolism and hidden meanings, which is something I never expect the MCU to do. Like when in the beginning of the movie where Yelena like enter like this dark building and fought people in it, you see like this shadow coming out of Yelena. That represents the void. That's like a foreshadowing of the void. And then like when all the Thunderbolts were like climbing up the pit, they were like forming the asterisk, which is like a symbolism of like the Thunderbolts with an asterisk in it, which is so cool. And yeah, that post credit scene, best Marvel post credit scene ever. Well, yeah, best Marvel post credit scene ever. The fact that my audience cheers at the post credit scenes with all of my shows combined, that goes to show how great it is. So yeah, this is currently my favorite MCU movie ever. Although I do think Brand New Day and the two Avengers movies could top this one. And yeah, and as for 2025 movies in general, I would say this is tied with Thunderbolts to me is tied with Sinners as the best movie of the year so far. Yeah, yeah, so yeah, I've never been more proud to call Thunderbolts the best movie of summer 2025. So also for my top five best movies of summer 2025, stay tuned for so yeah, what are your thoughts on the list and what are your favorite movies of summer? Comment down below, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. and stay tuned for a video where I talk about the recent movie news. So yeah, bye guys.